Hello everyone and welcome back to Trendboost. We'll be talking about how Dan Bilzerian can face jail time today. Make sure you stay till the end so you don't miss out on this shocking surprise. Bilzerian, the fetus of Paul Bilzerian and Terry Steffen's corporate takeover authority, was conceived in Tampa, Florida on December 7, 1980. He's the sibling of individual poker player Adam Bilzerian. He's of Romanian descent through his father. His father was a corporate raider on Wall Street, who set up trust funds for both his sons to live on. Bilzerian claims to have subsequently enrolled at the University of Florida and studied there for 4 years, majoring in business and criminology, but it is unclear if he ever graduated. Bilzerian played at the 2008 World Series of Poker main event, finishing in the 180th place. In 2010, Bluff magazine voted him one of the funniest poker players on Twitter. In November 2011, Bilzerian was one of those sued over debt of honor winnings that they had paid in no-contract poker games by Toby Maguire. That same year, Bilzerian publicly defended Alex Rodriguez against claims that he'd wrongfully bet, ensuring that when the supposed betting feature had occurred and Rodriguez was missing, he was available. In November 2013, Bilzerian posted an unconfirmed claim that he won $10.8 million from a single night of playing poker, and in 2014, he claimed to have won $50 million throughout the year, adding that he doesn't play against professionals anymore, and that the most he's ever lost in a single session is $3.6 million. Bilzerian has featured on Joe Rogan's podcast and social media platform YouTube, explaining the run-up to his poker career. Bilzerian's Los Angeles house, for example, has a monthly rent of $200,000. The house, along with the parties, boats, and models, are charged to Ignite International Ltd, a company that Bilzerian helped develop. Some of those funds, according to TMZ, included a $60,000 Star Wars weapons kit, a $50,000 bed frame, and a $75,000 paintball field. Besides the fact that these are the dream purchases of a 12-year-old, there is nothing fundamentally wrong with buying these items. That is, unless you made them with the company's credit card. According to Forbes, Ignite managed to lose a staggering $50 million in 2019. Ignite International, which offers weed-related items, burned last year by $50 million, is the most recent venture from the hard-celebrating, self-announced ruler of Instagram. Ignite lost $43 million on expenses related to marketing and promotion, as well as office leases alone, according to its annual filing, first reported on by Forbes. Dan Bilzerian, aka the King of Instagram, is the CEO and founder of Ignite International Brands, which specializes in electronic cigarettes, cannabis, and several other products. Over the course of the last few months, worrisome reports have surfaced which hint at the company being hit by major financial issues. And according to a report by Forbes, Dan Bilzerian's Ignite lost a whopping $50 million last year. Indeed, Ignite appears to have footed the bill for Bilzerian's gun-toting, private jet flying, playboy lifestyle, paying him a salary as well as the travel expenses of the other companies he owns. Dan Bilzerian, however, seems to be dismissive of such rumors, courtesy of his recent tweet in which he cited the example of Uber to draw a parallel and counter bankruptcy rumors about Ignite. Despite his dismissiveness, things don't seem to be looking up for the former US Navy SEALs trainee-turned-venture capitalist as Ignite continues its steep fall from grace. In the following 14 days, poker player and web character Dan Bilzerian could wind up watching his company Ignite fail. Dan Bilzerian's new pot organization may before long go up in smoke. Bilzerian runs the Ignite International Brands Ltd organization, which sells, among various products, electronic cigarettes, CBD oils, water jugs, and vodka. Light is a public organization settled in Toronto, Canada that started exchanging January 20 under the BILZF ticker. The company reportedly lost over $50 million in 2019, mostly on marketing and office rental expenses. Bilzerian's Instagram feed is covered with photos of him on yachts, personal luxury jets, playing chess while encompassed by piles of money, and in any case, presenting with an enormous arm with the Ignite logo cut into his hand. In the following 18 months, the organization, which began trading openly in Canada in January 2019 and exchanges under the BILZF ticker, saw its stock value drop to 70 pennies by over 70%. A wide variety of products are sold by Touch-Off, from water containers and liquor to THC vape pens and CBD oils. Forbes cannabis columnist, in any case, composed that he's never experienced an item from Ignite in nature. Ignite's Q2 monetary records, which were discovered more than 2 months after the cutoff period, were late. However, they finally released it in a way nobody could find them. It's not on their website, which is horrendous. What kind of public company doesn't put its own financials on its own website? That is unheard of. So they basically throw it on some website which is really hard to get to. However, we found it, and we found some really interesting stuff. Based on the financials, the company in 2 weeks is going to be literally out of cash. Not balance sheet insolvency, not theoretical accounting insolvency, they are literally out of cash in exactly 14 days. Based on these financials, the company started the year with $15.1 million. It ended the second quarter with $5.8 million, meaning it burned through $9 million in a span of 6 months. That means it burns through $1.5 million every single month. Now, if you have $5.8 million in June 30th, it literally means that you have 4 months to live. That's it. From June 30th, 4 months, you get October 30th. They literally had zero growth from last year. A company that sells weed online during a pandemic where everybody's stuck at home smoking weed had 0% growth over 1 year. This is insane. We were told that Ignite is going to get healthier. They're going to fix a lot of these things, and that they're going to spend less. Their expenditures are the same, their gross profit is abysmal, and their efficiency is in the toilet. No stranger to losing money is Bilzerian. The 30-year-old entrepreneur recently lost a book deal with Simon & Schuster because he was too busy partying to deliver a manuscript, Page 6 reported last month. Like any good businessman, it seems that Bilzerian is taking the bell to someone else. The sum of this, Ignite agreed to impact its duties to its owners and holders until the annual report was delivered, the company alone might claim, but it's fair to declare that the company publicly said it was doing one thing, while it, or Dan Bilzerian who can say, did another. Ignite was also used as an ADM by Bilzerian, which holds at least a stake in other firms, headquartered in Montana and Nevada, according to public records. Ignite cash went to pay salaries, licensing fees, business expenses, and travel expenses for companies owned by the CEO, according to the report. Unquestionably, we will tend to be positive sales in 2020, said a questioner in May of a year ago to former organization president Jim McCormick, a former tobacco boss who switched to the cannabis field after 2016. We ran the organization extremely lean and mean. Spoiler, they did not. Upon request, the company should raise capital to fund its task and continue its current and forthcoming venture into crucial business sectors. This need may be adversely impacted by uncertain capital market conditions, including those created by the COVID-19 pandemic, and an inability to secure strategic partnerships in key markets, an unfavorable perception of the Ignite brand, wrote the company's board of directors before warning investors that the whole thing might be ready to self-emulate. In the yearly report, contrast the optimistic posterism with the pessimism. Here is a telling passage from the company's directors, who declare that in order to keep going, they will need even more of someone else's money, and that now is a very bad time to go begging. Despite the fact that the company has been successful in securing financing in the past, there is no assertion that it will have the option of obtaining adequate financing later, or that such financing will be on terms worthy of the company. They added, the uncertainty of the company's ability to achieve profitable operations and its success in raising additional capital funding may cast significant doubt on the company's ability to continue as a going concern. That same prognostication failure is imminent, was also the analysis offered by the accounting firm that reviewed the company's books. A portion of the cash Dan Bilzerian would possibly use to keep Ignite afloat is also your cash. The company reported receiving just short of $1.2 million in Paycheck Protection Program loans from the Small Business Administration. Ignite intends on applying for loan forgiveness, the company said. Okay, an enormous marketing machine that didn't really sell anything. A brand that its own directors worry may be toxic. Floated by dead-end investors. Is that all there is behind Dan Bilzerian's company? Maybe? Go ahead while you're here and select one of these videos on your screen, and see you there.